Archangel Michael says, this message must reach you before midnight strikes. The time of ignorance has expired and the divine vault is opening, revealing what was never supposed to remain concealed. From the moment you took your first breath, someone swore to keep a truth buried so deep, even your soul began to forget it. But heaven did not forget. The stars have aligned in a rare configuration, and the secrets once chained by human hands are about to burst into the light. Your name is being echoed across celestial dimensions tonight. There was a pact made in the spiritual realm before your birth. A sacred contract that angels signed with trembling hands because what was promised to you held too much weight, too much power. Your destiny was marked for greatness, but someone interfered. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They were terrified of what you could become. The very ones who smiled at you, cared for you, even protected you, were given instructions not to tell you the truth. It wasn't out of cruelty, but fear that if you knew, you would awaken before your time. But your time has come. The countdown has ended, and the veil between the seen and unseen is lifting with roaring force. Archangel Michael says, you were never just another person. You carry the spiritual signature of a legacy lost for centuries. This bloodline you belong to was thought to be extinguished, erased from scrolls, and shattered into myths. But God preserved one soul, you, and that's why everything is changing now. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Every moment of your struggle was not in vain. The illnesses, betrayals, and loneliness you've endured were the result of spiritual interference trying to suppress your inner truth. There was an invisible war over your awakening. One woman, closely tied to your family, knew. Her silence wasn't accidental, she was sworn to secrecy by someone she feared more than she loved. But the silence ends now, because heaven has revoked the contract. Tonight, angels have descended with your spiritual file open. Names, places, images, and codes written in heavenly ink are being read aloud to the heavens. And your soul is now being activated to remember. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They hid it in the tone of your name. Every time someone called you, it was echoing power that was being unintentionally released. That's why you confused people, attracted strange situations, and were misunderstood. You are coded with divine data. You are not just here by chance. You were chosen to be born into a family that had forgotten their spiritual obligations. Your life was meant to reset a bloodline's broken chain. The person who feared your truth the most was someone in your household. They loved you, but feared the moment you would surpass them. And now that moment is here. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Tonight, they are restless. Their spirit senses what is shifting and they don't understand why their control is slipping. But it's not their fault entirely. They too were born into a system that taught them to suppress rather than reveal. There's a letter hidden in a house connected to your birth. The handwriting is trembling and the words are incomplete, but it speaks of your birthright. Someone planned to give it to you when you were older, but they never did. A secret keeper has fallen sick lately. Their time is short, and their soul is weighed down by what they held in. They may soon release their confession, and you must be ready when they do. Type Amen to get blessing 721. A strange dream will come to you in the next 24 hours. It will seem like nonsense at first, but pay attention to the woman in it. Her eyes are a mirror. She will point, silently, and when you wake up, remember the direction. You have spiritual memory loss because of what was done to protect you. Your guardian angels agreed to delay certain visions and gifts until now. But the hourglass has turned and nothing can stop what is being revealed. Archangel Michael says, someone is trying to block this message from reaching you. They've sensed your vibration rising and are scrambling to manipulate your emotions, make you doubt your gut. But it's too late, your awakening has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You are part of a celestial bloodline that descends from spiritual nobility. You were supposed to inherit something powerful, not gold, not land, but a name. A name that changes everything once spoken in the right place. That name is already coming to your mind. You keep hearing it in songs, in whispers, in thoughts that make no sense, but it's not a coincidence. You knew this name before your first cry in this world. The one who named you didn't choose by chance. The vibration of your name was designed to survive a cosmic silence and echo across generations. That's why you're still here, standing, despite everything. Type Amen to get blessing 909. Tonight, there will be a shift. Even the wind will feel different. Animals may act strangely around you, sensing the old soul rising from your body like smoke. The hidden mark on your skin will begin to itch or glow faintly. It may be a mole, a scar, or a shape you always thought was just there, but it's not. That mark is a seal, placed to identify you to angels in the end times. This is not about fear. This is about freedom. The truth being released is not to scare you, but to finally hand you the keys you were always meant to hold. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. Someone dreams of you every night and doesn't understand why. You're connected to them spiritually, and the truth about your origin includes theirs. You were separated at spiritual birth but destined to meet. They are close, and once your awakening completes, the meeting will happen naturally. They hold a piece of your story, a page that was torn away from your soul's book. That page is what they are now searching for unknowingly. The one who tried to remove you from your destiny is having visions. Their sleep is disturbed, their food tastes strange, and they keep seeing your face where it shouldn't be. Heaven is haunting them until they release the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1112. Archangel Michael says, do not ignore this message. If your heart is racing, if your body feels like something is stirring from the inside, it is. That is your spirit responding to what was long buried, now rising. A day will come, very soon, when a document arrives with your name spelled differently. Pay attention. That variation is not a mistake, it's the version tied to your divine identity. Heaven is pushing this revelation out forcefully because delay has led to detour. But no more. Now is the return to what was promised at your spiritual conception. Type Amen to get blessing 1223. The person you always felt connected to as a child, who maybe passed too early, was meant to be your spiritual translator. They left too soon, and that role remained unfulfilled. But now they will return to you through dreams, signs, and repeated numbers. The number 333 has been circling you, it's not random. It's the number tied to your spiritual legacy. Whenever it appears, pause and receive, because the heavens are whispering to you directly. You will see people turning against you randomly. That's because the darkness operating through them is afraid of what you're remembering. Your energy is triggering the atmosphere. Type Amen to get blessing 1344. Your hands will begin to tingle. That's activation. The ability to create, touch, and influence is being returned to your fingertips. Your voice is changing. Some will say you sound different, speak differently, or look more intense. They're right. You are being infused with light that no earthly eye can explain. Soon, you will be asked to speak or write about something you don't even fully understand yet. Say yes. That invitation is linked to your mission. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. There's an object that was given to you long ago. It's small, perhaps forgotten, but it was meant to stay close. That object is a spiritual key, and when held, it reconnects parts of your memory. Go back and find it. Something in your heart already knows where it is. Once you touch it again, a flood of understanding will rise within you like a wave. Don't share this revelation with just anyone. Some are not ready for your truth. Let God guide your words. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. As this message reaches its end, a beginning has just opened for you. A tunnel of light is descending even now. The guardians of your lineage are applauding. You made it to this moment. The path ahead is yours. Walk it without fear. What was hidden is now known, and what was stolen is now returned. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The moment you accepted this truth, the chains to fall off. Invisible blocks, long set in place to restrict your voice, your wealth, your freedom, they are crumbling now with every second that passes. Those spiritual limitations were put in place by people who thought they were protecting you, but they were only postponing your power. You were not born to live a small life. You carry something within you that was meant to touch cities, heal generations, and shake the very structure of silence that has trapped many in your family. And now that power is waking up in you like fire in dry wood. You are not cursed, you are chosen. And because of that, others misread your pain as punishment when it was preparation. The suffering you endured was never about breaking you, it was the universe sharpening you. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. A man once held your picture in his hands and whispered a promise over it. That promise was connected to a spiritual agreement made before you ever arrived in this world. He may not even remember doing it now, but heaven has kept the record. You are now being redirected back to your divine inheritance. A path you never knew existed is going to show up within the next 11 days. It may look like a coincidence, but your spirit will recognize the road. Archangel Michael says, someone will try to convince you it's not real. They will throw doubt, distractions, and even delay tactics your way. But the moment you choose to believe what's inside your soul over what's around you, the miracle begins. Type Amen to get blessing 1888. Tonight, your body may feel heat, chills, or unexplained tingles. That is the spiritual download activating in you. Do not fear, you are simply aligning with what has always been yours. The language of your ancestors may come into your dreams. You'll see a script, symbols, or names you've never studied. That's because they were once spoken by your bloodline, and now they return. These ancient energies are not strangers to you. They are family. The one who hid the truth from you is growing weak. Not in physical health alone, but in spiritual influence. They cannot hold back what God has scheduled for release anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 1999. Look back at the places you were drawn to as a child. The songs you loved. The stories you felt were written about you. These weren't just childhood fantasies, they were spiritual signals, encoded guidance to keep you aligned with your mission. You were never meant to fit in. Your silence, your loneliness, your ability to stand alone, all of it was part of a larger divine design. You were being positioned outside the crowd for a reason. That reason is now ready to bloom. You are being revealed. And when you rise, others will be lifted through your breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 2000. Your voice holds healing. Not just in what you say, but in the vibrations of how you say it. When you speak from your heart, people don't just listen, their souls feel it. You were watched. Since your birth. Both heaven and darkness knew what you carried. That's why your life has always been under surveillance, even when you thought no one was paying attention. Someone is going to return from your past unexpectedly. They were sent away from you spiritually, but now their return holds a page you need. They've changed, and they've been carrying the truth they couldn't share before. Type Amen to get blessing 2111. There's a reason you were drawn to this message today. Out of all the voices, all the noise, this one touched something deeper than words. That's because it wasn't just written, it was assigned to you from above. Your soul was ready. The chains have cracked open. You are now entering the divine sequence that has been waiting for your alignment. You'll feel more sensitive to people now. You'll know instantly who is carrying light and who is masking their shadows. Trust your inner compass, it's becoming sharper for a reason. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The blood in your veins comes from warriors, prophets, protectors, and healers. You were not created for chaos. But you were born to bring order to it. Those in your lineage who were silenced, who died with secrets, they are now speaking through the spiritual realm. You are their voice. You are the continuation of everything they began but never finished. One door you thought was closed forever is going to swing wide open within a few days. The knock will be quiet. But the blessing will be loud. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. A strange calm may come over you after this message. It's not weakness, it's peace. Your spirit is breathing, finally free from the weight of not knowing. The lies you believed about yourself, that you were average, broken, unworthy, are being burned out of your memory now. You are stepping into the mirror of your real identity, and it's glorious. Prepare your space. Something physical is also coming to you. A sign, a letter, a call. It carries confirmation of this divine truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2444. You were underestimated by many, even mocked at times. But what they didn't understand is that the seeds of divinity grow slow and deep. While others rushed for surface glory, you were being rooted in silence. Now, your time has come. And it won't be subtle. The light you carry will force people to confront their darkness. They will either draw closer or flee. Either way, your rising cannot be stopped. Heaven has stamped the date and time. Type Amen to get blessing 2555. This night is more than a shift, it's a reset. God has commanded a reversal of delay in your life. What was postponed is now being pushed forward urgently. The people who wronged you will soon hear your name in rooms they never expected. Your story will be told without you even speaking. That's divine vindication. Don't be surprised if electronics flicker, phones ring at odd hours, or animals behave strangely around you. The atmosphere knows something. You are just remembering. Type Amen to get blessing 2666. Your dreams will start changing. Not all will make sense, but each holds a piece of your puzzle. The universe is speaking in symbols now, pay attention. You may be called to travel, to move, to speak or write about things you haven't thought of in years. Say yes. Every yes unlocks a new realm of spiritual inheritance. Someone once tried to erase you spiritually, through rituals, words, or intentions. But heaven blocked it, and tonight, that block is being reversed to bless you. Type Amen to get blessing 2777. As this message concludes, a new scroll has begun to write your next chapter. You are not starting from scratch. You are continuing a divine story that was merely paused, not cancelled. Your spiritual DNA is changing even as you read this. The hidden power, the spiritual identity, the divine gifts, they are now activated. You are no longer who you were yesterday. Welcome to the version of you heaven always saw. Now, the world will too. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are still speaking. The scroll has not closed yet, because something deeper is now surfacing from your spirit. A memory you never lived physically, but your soul remembers clearly, is returning like a tidal wave. You were once shown something in a childhood dream that didn't make sense. It was full of symbols, a door, a staircase, a voice calling your name from behind glass. That was no ordinary dream, that was your soul recalling the spiritual contract. You were marked before your feet ever touched this earth. A light was wrapped around your name, and spiritual forces were given notice, protect this one at all costs. But as you grew, that protection was tested. Type Amen to get blessing 3111. Someone tried to trade your destiny for theirs. They wanted your path because they saw what it could become. That's why you often felt drained around certain people. They were spiritually feeding on what belonged to you. But what is yours cannot be stolen forever. The thief is being exposed. The spiritual courtroom has ruled, and justice is being carried out in silence. You may begin to feel the air change around you. It's not paranoia, it's sensitivity. You are now feeling what was always around you but blocked by fear. Type Amen to get blessing 3222. That sense of being watched is not imaginary. But this time, it's not a threat, it's your ancestors. They are lining the path you are about to walk and lighting candles as you move forward. You'll begin to feel unseen hands pushing you gently into new places. Opportunities you didn't even apply for will appear. That's not luck, that's alignment. The time you spent in silence, in pain, in confusion, all of it is being transformed into spiritual intelligence. You now carry a frequency that breaks spiritual ignorance wherever you go. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You've always known you were different. The rooms that made others feel safe made you feel trapped. The friends who laughed freely made your spirit feel heavy, not because you were broken, but because your spirit was deeper. You were not made to blend. You were made to rise. Your difference was not a mistake, it was the divine fingerprint left on you. You're going to begin noticing people responding to you differently. They'll stare longer, pause before speaking, or walk away silently. That's the energy shift, you're glowing with truth now. Type Amen to get blessing 3444. There is a sound your soul has been waiting to hear since birth. It's not a song, not a word, but a tone only angels use when a soul awakens. That sound is being released into your dreams now. You'll wake up and cry without knowing why. That's not weakness, it's your spirit exhaling. It's the release of pain you didn't even realize you were still carrying. God waited for this night because everything had to align. The moon, your mood, the message. It had to be divine precision. And now, here it is. Type Amen to get blessing 3555. The hidden truth they tried to bury wasn't just about your identity, it was about your purpose. They feared that if you found out who you really were, you would reclaim your voice, your name, your throne. And they were right. Someone who once mocked your sensitivity will soon need your strength. The same people who told you to calm down or be normal will be speechless as you rise. Their apology may not be verbal, but it will be visible. You'll receive confirmation in a stranger's words, a billboard, or a random post. Don't dismiss it. Heaven is using the unusual to remind you who you are. Type Amen to get blessing 3666. Archangel Michael says, the world has underestimated the one reading this. They have no idea what power is returning to your hands. They're not ready for the miracles about to walk through your door. Even your house may feel different now. The light hits differently. The air feels still, that's because the atmosphere around you is adjusting to your new frequency. Your angels are more active than ever. Doors will begin opening without keys. You're walking into divine access. Type Amen to get blessing 3777. A healing is beginning deep in your bloodline. Where there were curses, now there will be blessings. Where there was silence, now there will be song. Some may try to come back into your life now that your glow is visible. Be wise. Forgiveness is divine, but not all doors need to be reopened. A mentor or guide will appear unexpectedly. Their words will seem like echoes of this message. That's your sign, God is continuing the conversation through them. Type Amen to get blessing 3888. A sacred name is being whispered in the spirit realm. That name is yours. The angels have waited for you to activate the memory encoded in your being. You may feel pulled to certain colors, numbers, or music. These are not random preferences, they are activators. Your